Chapter 4, the structure of atom. Structure of atom में what is that? Earlier the John Dalton scientist, he said that atom is indivisible. Indivisible means cannot be divided further into the fundamental particles like electron, proton and neutron. But afterwards the scientists, they proved the presence of electron, proton and neutron in the atom. So it was concluded that atoms can also be divided into some fundamental particles like electron, proton and neutron. So how the scientists, they proved the presence of electrons, how the scientists, they proved the presence of proton, and how the scientists, they proved the presence of neutron. That a brief idea we are going to study. Discovery of electron and discovery of proton, that is in our syllabus, but the discovery of neutron, that is not in our syllabus. So discovery of electron, the credit goes to a scientist named J.J. Thomson. What is the name? J.J. Thomson. What did he do? He took a discharge tube, a glass discharge tube, this way, and in this discharge tube he adjusted two electrodes, one electrode here and one electrode here. This electrode he connected with the negative terminal of the battery, and this electrode he connected with the positive terminal of the battery. This is negative electrode and this is positive electrode. Okay? So this is negative and this is positive. Now inside that he took a gas like hydrogen. From this point he reduced the pressure inside, and at the low pressure he applied a high voltage current. What did he do? At the low pressure he applied the high voltage current, and when he applied the high voltage current, then he observed that a beam of rays that comes out from the negative electrode and moving toward the positive electrode. जो नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड है that is called cathode, और जो पॉजिटिव इलेक्ट्रोड है that is called anode. When you observe these type of rays coming from this cathode and moving towards the anode, so since these rays, they were coming out from cathode, so he gave these rays the name as cathode rays. क्या नाम दिया इनको? Cathode rays. Afterward, J.J. Thomson studied these rays, ठीक है? And after studies, he concluded that these rays are made up of very fine particles containing 1 unit of negative charge. These particles which form the cathode rays containing 1 unit of negative charge, he said as electron. What did he say? Electron. So after this conclusion that these electrons are there, it means somewhere the electrons are present. And since the electrons are present, so that is why we say the atoms contains the electrons. Clear the point? So this is a brief idea about the discovery of the electron, how the J.J. Thomson proved the presence of electron in the atom. Okay. Now the second one is proton. The credit for the discovery of proton, that goes to a scientist Goldstein. Okay. What did he observe, Goldstein? He observed, he also did the same experiment. He took the discharge tube, and at the low pressure he also applied the high voltage current. Then he said that since the some rays, they come out from cathode and moving towards the anode, he said that some rays, they start coming out from the anode also and they are moving towards the cathode. Since they come out from the anode, so he named these rays as anode rays. And since the cathode rays are made up of fine particles containing 1 unit of negative charge, in the same way these anode rays are also made up of fine particles containing 1 unit of positive charge, and he named these particles as proton. He named these particles as protons. So after the discovery of the electron and after the discovery of the proton, the scientists, they proved that the electrons are there in the atom and the protons are also there in the atom. And discovery of the neutron, that is not in your syllabus, but one line you learn that the credit for the discovery of neutron, that goes to a scientist James Chadwick. This table I have given you in the notes. 3 particles are there: electron, proton and neutron. And about these 3 particles, the four parameters are given: actual mass, relative mass, actual charge, relative charge. ठीक है? If the question comes in the exam, what is the actual mass of the electron? Then it comes 9 into 10 to the power minus 28 gram. This is the actual mass of the electron. And what is the actual mass of the proton? That is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. And the actual mass of the neutron, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. If we weigh neutron, proton and electron, the actual masses comes this. And in the previous chapter I have told you, anything which has the mass equal to this one, that is equal to 1 U. U means unified mass. U means unified mass. If anything has mass equal to this, तो इसको हम रिलेट करते हैं किससे? 1 U. तो this much mass if any particle has, either we write this as a whole or we write simply as 1 U. So 1 U means 1.673 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Remember?
Yes sir.
ये चैप्टर पढ़ा आपने? 1 U is equal to
Yes sir.
1.673 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. तो किसी चीज का मास, किसी पार्टिकल का मास अगर इतना है, that is equal to 1 U. इसीलिए इसको हम लोग कहते हैं रिलेटिव मास. और ये जो है आपका 1 U, ये एक्चुअल में एक्चुअल मास नहीं है. ये क्या है? रिलेटिव मास. एनी पार्टिकल which has the mass equal to this, that is equal to 1 U. तो this is equal to 1 U, this is also equal to 1 U. ये इसका रिलेटिव मास और ये इसका रिलेटिव मास. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 24 ग्राम. अगर इसको आप 1840 से डिवाइड कर दें तो जो आएगा वो ये आएगा 9 into 10 to the power minus 28 ग्राम. ये जो मास ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन है, इसको हम क्या लिख रहे हैं? 1/1840 U. क्या लिख रहे हैं? 1/1840 U. 1 U कितना?
1.6
10 to the power minus 24. और इसको अगर हम कितने से डिवाइड कर दें? 1840 से. You will get this value. ठीक है? तो मास ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन, either we get actual mass is this and relative mass is 1/1840 U. Clear? Now, actual charge. What is the actual charge of the electron? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb of negative charge. अगर आपसे कोई पूछे what is the actual charge on electron, तो आप कहेंगे 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb of negative charge. अब इतना चार्ज अगर किसी पार्टिकल पर है तो उसको हम रिलेट करेंगे किससे? रिलेटिव चार्ज से. तो इतना चार्ज इक्वल टू 1. अगर नेगेटिव चार्ज है तो -1 और अगर इतना पॉजिटिव चार्ज है दैट इज +1. इतना मास है तो 1 U. अगर इतना चार्ज है दैट इज इक्वल टू +1. पॉजिटिव चार्ज है तो +1, नेगेटिव चार्ज है तो -1. समझ आ रहा है? इफ एनी पार्टिकल हैज द चार्ज 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, that is equal to as a whole 1. अगर इतने कूलम का पॉजिटिव चार्ज तो +1, एज ए होल नेगेटिव चार्ज -1. अब जैसे any particle has the charge +2, तो how much total charge it contains? If any ion has the charge +2, then what will be the actual charge?
1.6 into
1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb multiplied by 2 of positive charge. If any ion has the -3 charge, what does it mean? -3 of negative charge. 1.6 coulomb multiplied by 3 of negative charge. This is the mean of this. तो चार्ज ये हो गई एक्चुअल मास, रिलेटिव मास, एक्चुअल चार्ज और रिलेटिव चार्ज. न्यूट्रॉन हैज नो चार्ज, neither positive nor negative. So we are writing 0. Now after the discovery of the electron, discovery of proton and discovery of neutron, there was a great question in front of the scientists that where the actually electrons, protons and neutrons found in the atom. Because nowadays we know very well that the protons and neutrons, they are found in the nucleus and the electrons are found outside of the nucleus. But in the starting the scientists did not know that where is the actual position of the electron, proton and neutron. So time to time the scientists they try to explain the position of the electron, proton and neutron. और उसमें जो first model which was given to explain the atom, that is called Thomson's model of the atom. क्या कहते हैं इसको? Thomson's model of the atom. And Thomson's model of the atom, that is also called as watermelon model. Watermelon model or plum pudding model. Plum pudding model. Why it is so called watermelon model or plum pudding model? He said, Thomson, in the starting only, he said atom is just like the watermelon. Atom is just like the watermelon. Okay? This was proved that the electron was there in the atom, proton was there in the atom. Electron contains negative charge, proton contains positive charge. Lekin Thomson did not get the idea exactly where is the electron and where is the proton, but he said that जो आपका वाटरमेलन होता है, तो ही सेट जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज होता है प्रोटॉन्स का, दैट इज जस्ट लाइक द रेडिश पार्ट ऑफ द वाटरमेलन. उन्होंने कहा जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, जो प्रोटॉन्स होते हैं, उनका जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज होता है वो पूरे वॉल्यूम जो स्फीयर होता है उसमें स्कैटर्ड होता है. एंड जस्ट लाइक द सीड्स आर एम्बेडेड इनसाइड द रेडिश पार्ट, उन्होंने कहा द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर स्कैटर्ड हियर एंड देयर इन द पॉजिटिव स्फीयर ऑफ द प्रोटॉन. What did he say? As like seeds are embedded in the reddish part of the watermelon, in the same way he said the electrons are scattered here and there in the whole sphere of positive charge. उन्होंने कहा कि पूरा का पूरा जैसे वाटरमेलन होता है रेडिश पार्ट, ठीक है, उसी तरीके से जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज होता है, जो प्रोटॉन होता है, वो पूरा का पूरा वॉल्यूम में स्कैटर्ड होता है, स्फीयर में स्कैटर्ड होता है. और जैसे उसमें सीड्स होते हैं ऐसे यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर स्कैटर्ड हियर एंड देयर. वी कैन नॉट डिफाइन दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रॉन, दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रॉन, बट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर स्कैटर्ड हियर एंड देयर. ठीक है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दिस मॉडल इज कॉल्ड वाटरमेलन मॉडल. एंड व्हाट इज सो कॉल्ड प्लम पुडिंग मॉडल? तो प्लम पुडिंग के लिए जैसे पुडिंग होती है, पुडिंग इज खीर, पुडिंग इज खीर. तो खीर में क्या होता है, व्हेन योर मदर मेक्स द खीर, देन शी पुट्स रेजिन्स. रेजिन्स जानते हो, किशमिश वगैरह, ठीक है, रेजिन्स. तो वंस द रेजिन्स आर मिक्स्ड इन द खीर, द रेजिन्स आर स्कैटर्ड हियर एंड देयर. तो ही सेड दिस पुडिंग इज लाइक पॉजिटिव चार्ज, और एज लाइक रेजिन्स आर स्कैटर्ड हियर एंड देयर, इन द सेम वे द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर आल्सो स्कैटर्ड जस्ट लाइक द रेजिन्स आर स्कैटर्ड इन द पुडिंग. तो इसीलिए उन्होंने कहा कि इसको प्लम पुडिंग मॉडल भी कहते हैं. बट दिस concept was discarded and rejected after a very famous experiment of another scientist, that is Rutherford. He did a very famous experiment and that is called Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. तो वो हम लोग अब पढ़ेंगे, Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. What did he do in this and what did he conclude in this Rutherford alpha scattering experiment? What the Rutherford did in this alpha scattering experiment, he took a gold foil. What did he take? Gold foil. जैसे सिल्वर फॉइल होती है, बर्फी पे लगी हुई आप खाते हो. एक एल्युमिनियम फॉइल होती है जिसमें हम लोग कुकिंग जो फूड मटेरियल्स होते हैं, वी आर रैपिंग इन दैट. एल्युमिनियम फॉइल, सिल्वर फॉइल. तो इन द सेम वे द गोल्ड फॉइल इज आल्सो देयर. सो ही टुक द गोल्ड फॉइल, एंड दिस गोल्ड फॉइल may contains billions of particles or millions of atoms. So we cannot show the millions of atoms here. So we show only some atoms. So say one atom is this. One atom this. ठीक है. In this gold foil, he bombarded the alpha particles. He bombarded the alpha particles. Alpha particle are the particles which contain 2 unit of positive charge. Alpha particles जो होते हैं उसमें 2 unit of positive charge होता है. ठीक है. तो with the help of some machines, ठीक है, with the help of machine he bombarded the alpha particles. Tick 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 like that. So when he bombarded, that he observed few things. First thing that he observed, when he passed the alpha particle, when he struck the alpha particle, then he observed some alpha particle they passed straight through the gold foil. ठीक है. Some alpha particle they struck with the gold foil and they passed through the gold foil without deflection. Some alpha particle after striking they got deflected from their path. जैसे अच्छे खासे जा रहे थे और एकदम से रास्ते से मुड़ गए. Some alpha particle they got deflected from their path. This is the second observation. Third observation, some alpha particle after striking the gold foil, they rebound back. They rebound back. So how many observations are there? Three. First observation, some alpha particles they passed straight without deflection. Second, some of the alpha particles they got deflected from their path. And third observation, some alpha particle they rebound back. After three observations, he concluded कि why this happened. The conclusion of the first observation, most of the alpha particle they passed straight. Why? Because most of the part of the atom is empty. कैसा होता है? Empty. जैसे कोई भी चीज कहाँ से पास हो सकती है? जहाँ पर empty space है. जैसे यहाँ से हम कोई चीज पास करें तो this is solid and rigid. We cannot pass anything. ठीक है? कहाँ से पास होगी? Empty space से. So in the same way उन्होंने कहा जैसे कोई atom होता है इस तरीके का, उसका जो maximum part होता है that is empty. And this is the reason. बिल्कुल जो न्यूक्लियस होता है हार्ड एंड रिजिड होता है, दैट इज अ वेरी स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ द एटम, लेकिन उसका जो मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट होता है दैट इज एम्प्टी. एंड दिस इज द रीजन दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द अल्फा पार्टिकल दे पास्ड स्टेट. क्लियर? सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन, some of the alpha particles they got deflected. Why? He said since the alpha particle contain 2 unit of positive charge, so when these alpha particles they strike with the gold foil, they got deflected because there is a presence of positive charge in the central part of the atom. उन्होंने कहा कहीं ना कहीं सेंट्रल पार्ट पर पॉजिटिव चार्ज की प्रेजेंस है. आपको पता है कि जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज होते हैं दे ऑलवेज रिपेल द पॉजिटिव चार्ज. ठीक है? सो दोज अल्फा पार्टिकल्स व्हिच वर पासिंग नियर टू द न्यूक्लियस, नियर टू द सेंट्रल पार्ट, सारे अल्फा पार्टिकल डिफ्लेक्ट नहीं हुए. कौन से हुए? Those alpha particles which stuck near to the central part. तो जैसे अच्छे खासे जा रहे थे, फिर एकदम से जो सेंट्रल पार्ट के पास से गुजरे वो एकदम से डिफ्लेक्ट कर गए. Why? Because the alpha particle contain positive charge and he said there is a presence of some positive charge in the central part of the atom. और इसी के बाद में उन्होंने कहा कि पॉजिटिव चार्ज किसकी वजह से होता है? प्रोटॉन की वजह से. Then he said finally that presence of proton is only in the central part of the atom. और इन्होंने ही सबसे पहले वर्ड यूज किया न्यूक्लियस. क्या कहा? न्यूक्लियस. थर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन, some of the alpha particles they rebound back. Why? Conclusion. And what is the conclusion? Why some of the alpha particles they rebound back? Because that central part of the atom that is hard and rigid. कोई चीज जब हार्ड एंड रिजिड से टकराएगी तो टकरा के वापस आएगी. सो दोज अल्फा पार्टिकल व्हिच स्टक एग्जैक्टली एट द सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ द एटम दे रिबाउंड बैक. सारे रिबाउंड नहीं हुए. कौन से हुए? which stuck in the central part of the atom, they rebound back because the central part of the atom is hard and rigid, and he named this central part of the atom as nucleus. And after doing this experiment, he gave a model. जैसे थॉमसन ने अपना मॉडल दिया, थॉमसन्स मॉडल ऑफ द एटम, इन्होंने भी अपना एक मॉडल दिया, that is called रदरफोर्ड मॉडल ऑफ द एटम. तो एक बार मेमोरी रिकॉल कर लेते हैं. Most of the alpha particle they pass straight because most of the part of the atom is empty. Some of the alpha particle they got deflected, and only those alpha particle which struck with the gold foil near to the central part. So those alpha particles which stuck near to the central part, they got deflected because the alpha particles contain positive charge and there is a presence of some positive charge in the central part of the atom, and this positive charge that comes from proton. और तीसरी चीज, some of the alpha particles they rebound back because the central part of the atom is hard and rigid, and only those alpha particles which stuck exactly at the central part of the atom they rebound back because the central part of the atom is hard and rigid. और इसके बाद में जो उन्होंने अपना मॉडल दिया, that is called रदरफोर्ड मॉडल ऑफ द एटम. और इसमें जो फर्स्ट पॉइंट है, that is an atom consists of a positively charged nucleus which is surrounded by the electrons moving around it. मतलब जो पॉजिटिवली चार्ज प्रोटॉन्स है, they are found at the central part of the atom और that is surrounded by the electrons. उसके चारों तरफ क्या होते हैं? इलेक्ट्रॉन होते हैं. सेकंड पॉइंट, electrons at the nucleus are held together by the Coulombic force of attraction. electrons or nuclei are held together by Coulombic force of attraction because the electron contains negative charge or protons where they are found in the nucleus. Which charge they contains? Positive. The positive charge of the proton which is present in the nucleus and the negative charge of the electron, they are always attracted to each other. और ये attraction को हम लोग कहते हैं Coulombic force of attraction. क्या कहते हैं? Coulombic force of attraction. Third point, the size of nucleus is very small as compared to the size of the atom. If we compare the size of the nucleus, the size of the nucleus is very small as compared to the whole volume of the atom. इसको आप ऐसे समझ सकते हैं जैसे एक बड़ा सा बिग स्टेडियम है और एक बिग स्टेडियम में एक पी सीड मटर का दाना जो होता है वो पड़ा हुआ है, तो स्टेडियम कितना बड़ा है? वेरी बिग। और एज कंपेयर टू द होल स्टेडियम, उस जो मटर के दाने की जो एग्जिस्टेंस है वो कितनी है? ऑलमोस्ट नेग्लिजिबल। कैसी है? बहुत कम है। ठीक है, उसी तरीके से न्यूक्लियस होता है वेरी स्मॉल एज कंपेयर टू द होल वॉल्यूम ऑफ द एटम। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, almost the entire mass of an atom is concentrated in its nucleus. जब भी हम कभी बात करते हैं mass of the atom means actually the mass of the nucleus, क्योंकि जो mass of the electrons होते हैं that is very less as compared to the proton and neutron. तो जब भी हम कहते हैं mass of the atom, तो mass of the atom means mass of the nucleus. Electrons mass are very less, which are neglected. Last point, atom as a whole is electrically neutral.